you see that shooting star tonight? Were you dazzled? It's too hard to sleep. I got the sheets on the floor, listen to me. And I can't take it no more, it's 100 degrees. I got one foot out the door, where are my keys? Cause I gotta leave the back of the cab. I'd sip the driver ahead of time, give me the fast. I got your body on my mind, I want it back. It's just the thought of you gets me so high, so high. Girl, you're the one I want to want me. And if you want, hey girl, you got me. There's nothing I wouldn't do just to get up next to you. Girl, you're the one I want to want me. And if you want, hey girl, you got me.
So with the Lancome one, it has an SPF of 15, which I really like. It also has the pump top, which I really like. I love the way it goes on the skin. It looks very flawless. This one is exactly my skin color in the winter months, so it's quite light for me right now, but I still like the way it looks. I normally apply this one with a beauty blender just because I find I get a more flawless finish with this one. And a beauty blender, or the only other brush I will use with this one is kind of like a more dense kabuki brush, like this one. All of those airbrush type brushes, like I have a few of them. Brushes like this that are more kind of loose and not as dense as one of these, I find they leave a very streaky application. It's not very smooth looking like this combination is. So just keep that in mind when using a foundation like this. You want to use a more dense brush, or a beauty blender is great. First things, do you notice the difference yet? It's the process and it has begun. I'm really excited. So today I'm using the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in the color number 2. It looks like, and of course I'm using a beauty blender to apply all of these to keep it fair. And this one has a pump. I want to show you guys. I like foundations that have pumps, like you're not pouring it out. It looked like it was going to be a pour spout, but it does have a pump. So I'm going to pump 2 pumps.
Just the thought of you gets me so high, so high. Girl, you're the one I want to want me. And if you want, hey girl, you got me. There's nothing I wouldn't do just to get up next to you. Girl, you're the one I want to want me. And if you want, hey girl, you got me. There's nothing I wouldn't do just to get up next to you. Just to get up next to you.
So this is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Cream Foundation. What I really like about this one is it actually does provide a very nice coverage, but it's not super cakey. Like, you can still kind of see my freckles if you look closely enough at my skin, but for the most part it's evening out on my skin tone. It's making everything nice and light. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything, which for me is a huge bonus. Matches my skin quite nicely. It is a little bit yellow based, as you guys can see here, which sometimes is a little bit concerning. But it applied very nice with a beauty blender, very natural looking finish.
Forever we'll get there together. I'm winding along this road, not knowing where it will go. No matter what life brings, if it's you and me, we're ready for anything. Watching the clouds go by and our time will learn to fly. No matter what life brings, if it's
foundation I've been wearing a lot over the summer. This is the Flawless Perfection Fusion Wear Makeup from Dior. It has an SPF of 25 in it, which is part of the reason why I've used this one so much in the summer, because this one compared to all the other ones has the strongest SPF. The color number 20 in this foundation I do find matches me fairly evenly. This area of my neck is just super white compared to everywhere else on my face, so I just kind of ignore it. I know it doesn't exactly match there, but you can't always get an exact match. I do like things about this foundation and I don't like things about this foundation. First off, it is completely matte. It is a very matte finish, and for me, I prefer my skin to have a little bit more of a shine to it, a little bit more dewy. I do tend to have dry to normal skin, so when I'm drier, I find that almost all of my high-end foundations don't nourish my skin as much as I would like them to, and this one is no different. But I do really like this finish. It's very flawless. It's kind of medium coverage, but it is buildable. I'll show you. I'm going to build it up a little bit more around my freckles. So I'm going to build up again just around those freckles. I am using a beauty blender for the application of all of these foundations, but with this one I would prefer to use a brush and buff it on, because it does give you a fuller coverage when you do that. But you can see, you can definitely get a fuller coverage with this if you kind of just concentrate it and then just kind of pat it in. And because I'm not going to put on any concealer, I'm going to put a little bit more underneath my eyes. To try and give you guys the fairest of comparisons, I'm only using the beauty blender to apply all of these. So I do actually have lipstick on. I was trying some new colors out in a new box that I got, so I'm going to leave that on. Today I'm talking about the Kat Von D foundation. When it first came out, I tried it and I loved it, and I've been loving it ever since. But as my skin got drier, because my skin tends to fluctuate between normal and dry, as my skin got drier, I liked it less and less because it started looking very cakey on me. So now I'm using it with the Lock-It Featherweight Primer, and I'm going to show you guys how I'm doing that. I'm going to put the Lock-It just on one side and then the Lock-It and the primer on the other.
We're ready for anything. We're ready for anything.
So that's one half of my face. Now you can see from those two pumps, I still have a lot left. So I'm going to go ahead and add the primer now. And I literally add 2 pumps, so it looks like that, right into the foundation. And then I do kind of blend it up a bit.
All these other girls are tempting, but I'm empty when you're gone. And they say, do you need me? Do you think I'm pretty? Do I make you feel like cheating? I'm like, no, not really, cause I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her. She walks like a model. She grants my wishes like a genie.
I'm not going to notice a huge difference in my skin itself, but I notice a difference in the way that it feels. I mean, you can see a little bit. This side does look more luminous than the side, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but I can really feel a difference. This side of my face feels moisturized and it feels like very fresh, and this side of my face honestly already feels a little bit more dry, and it feels like a little, like this side I can feel like I'm wearing foundation more, and this side feels like I just toned it almost, if that makes sense. The spring and in the fall, when it's normal weather, when it's a little bit rainy here and I find that my skin is its healthiest, I do use just the Lock-It Tattoo foundation just straight by itself, and this is in the color Light 44. There is one lighter color than this, and sometimes I will get that one and I will mix it because this does get a little bit dark for me in the winter months. And then this summer, when I wasn't using this because I just couldn't use it because it was driving my skin crazy, I picked up this, which is her new primer. It's the base, and I've mixed it together and I've loved it ever since. This is probably my go-to foundation combination right now. I absolutely love it. And literally you have, like it says 24-hour wear. I've never worn my foundation for 24 hours, but I did wear this foundation the other day. I was being filmed for something for Brilliant, and I wore it from like 9 in the morning or 8 in the morning until almost 11 o'clock at night. It still looked amazing. It still felt really good. So, you know, it does wear a very long time. And I was out in the sunshine. It was super hot. I was running around like crazy. And stay put. So I really do recommend this foundation, and also the concealer in this line is also very good. I just find that she doesn't have enough shade ranges in the concealer. I wish there was more color choices. So some of the foundations that I've been reviewing for you guys in this massive week of foundations have been foundations that I've used for a really long time and love, and some of them, like this one, are brand new to me. So this is the brand new Makeup Forever Ultra HD. This is the brand new formulation of this. I have the old HD and I am not a fan. I had the old HD formulation foundation, and I'm pretty sure I sold it because I just never used it. It was really drying on me. So I'm excited to try the new one. And this one I have is in the color 125, which I think it might be a little bit yellow for me, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it.
Your kisses, I'll be needing stitches, tripping over myself, aching, begging you to come help. Now that I'm without your kisses, I'll be needing stitches, just like a moth drawn to the flame.
So I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, in person it is definitely appearing a little bit more yellow than my skin tone. Yeah, so it's definitely a little bit more darker than I might go right now. And those 3 pumps only covered 1/2 of my face. And I don't feel like it's the most super full coverage. So I'm gonna do 3 more pumps. And I'm gonna do the other side of my face. No, again, I feel like if I used a brush with this, I might get more coverage. But again, in the process of fairness, I wanted to use the same method of application for all of the foundations. And I generally find that the Beauty Blender, for the most part, with every foundation that I use, gives me the best coverage overall when I'm using different foundations. The Beauty Blender is generally the one that I use just to kind of, if I want something that's a little bit thinner to have more foundation or more coverage, I do reach for the Beauty Blender because it tends to do that. But with this one, I think it's kind of maybe more shaded out. I don't know. Anyway, as I said, this is a little bit yellow for me. I don't know if the camera is picking that up. Sometimes the camera and the fake lighting, like I'm filming at 11 o'clock at night, can make things, well, you can kind of see it on the side of my face. It's a little bit like orangey, not orangey, it's a little bit like green yellow, which is definitely, I've got more pink undertones. This is more of a neutral undertone. So this is just making me look a little bit darker than I might like to. So I'm doing my last foundation for you guys for the crazy foundation week. I think I ended up doing 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I did 6. This is week number 6. Hi. Do you want to say hello? Ignore my crazy hair. I have not straightened it yet, and my copper streaks are all going. And my copper streaks are all going pink. Do you guys see them? Oh, I love it. I was going to do a full review on the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancers, but then what I realized is the one I have is super pale, like even paler than I am. So to do a whole face review on this, I don't ever use this as foundation. I use this as highlighter, like not highlighter as like shiny highlighter, but highlighter as in like cream contour. So when I'm doing like a dark contour, I'll put this on top or on bottom. I also use this to cover my dark under eye circles. So I will do a quick demo of that in this one. So just with my Beauty Blender, I'll just dip a little bit into the top. This is super pigmented product. You don't need a lot, but I'm gonna show you guys just how light in color this is. Can you guys see that? It's like, this is the lightest color. It's SX01. It's amazing for this purpose, for under eye highlighting, getting rid of dark circles. I wear the lightest shade foundation in most lines, so I'm very fair, but this is even fairer than I am. I'm not gonna go into it today. If you'd like a full review on how I use my Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer Foundation, let me know. This is a huge pot. It takes me like forever to get through one. If you do wear these for foundation, they are super creamy, really pigmented, they blend out beautifully, and I know that there are darker colors. This has got a huge shade range. I might actually pick up one of the darker colors, but I find that because it's so full coverage, it's not really foundation. It's not a foundation I gravitate towards because of the full coverage. However, this bad boy has been one of my favorite foundations for 5+ years. It is regular for me. I love this thing. This is the Clarins Skin Illusion Mineral and Plant Extracts Tint Lumiere SPF 10 Natural Radiance Foundation. I first wore this foundation so many years ago for Paxton's baby shower, actually, which was now almost 4 years ago. And I absolutely fell in love with it. This is my second bottle of it. I'm in the color 103 Ivory in the summertime. It's a really light color. 2 pumps.
Start to feel it call me and tell me everything is not okay. If I could save you, you know that I would find a way. Oh, oh, comes the secret, my darkest, my deepest. I've been fighting for the longest time.
This will always be one of my holy grail foundations. If they ever get rid of this, I will cry. I will probably run out and buy 2 backups of it. I just find it really luminous. It's super beautiful on the skin. When I mix it with the Kevyn Aucoin lighter, it just makes my skin look glowy and dewy. And when you look in the bottle, you can actually see there is like radiance directly in the foundation. There is a lot of radiance directly in the foundation, and I just love the way it makes my skin look, and it feels like you're wearing nothing. Like tomorrow, I'm gonna go through an entire review of all of the foundations, pros and cons, complete comparison. If you guys want to know about the differences, stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoyed kind of watching me apply all of these foundations. And then if you want the full review, comparison, and breakdown of each one and how they're different, stay tuned because there will be another video coming.